We are told to use 1 to 2% per trade. 1 to 2% institutionally is okay. Institutionally, like institutional level is okay if you're trading hedge funds and let me see, angel investors, right? 1 to 2% is very, very okay. But now I'm talking to retail traders, right? Retail traders. You have a particular equity in your account, right? And you want to grow this equity, right? And you want to also pay yourself, help your like change your life, help your family, and so on and so forth. And you want to trade 1 to 2%. That is unrealistic. Please, let's say the truth. It's unrealistic. Mm. You understand? There's a level for 1/2%. You understand? There's a level for it too. But this level now is not the level for 1 to 2%. Very true. I'm being very honest. See, I knew someone that was struggling with this thing. I knew someone that was struggling with it. He was like, he just ended up in like break even. Because the truth is that when you keep trading, you keep growing. Okay. As you're trading, you grow. So you find some faults, right, as you go. So he was trading, making profits, right? But his losses were bad losses in the sense that he either over leverage, and that particular over leveraging that trade, he will take a loss. You understand? So that was his issue, and also like overexposure and what's that next one he mentioned? I don't know. But let me continue. So his losses were like taking his profits. Meanwhile, his profits were um 1 to 2% risk, 1 to 2% risk, 1 to 2% risk. The day he wants to do more than that, he'll take a loss, and maybe he wants to go back, revenge trade, and that was the next one. He wants to revenge trade, right? And it was a bad thing. But I introduced to him first the first concept of reducing your exposure. Very, very important. But that's not what I'm talking about in this video. What I'm talking about is the risk percentage, right? For you to grow an account. First of all, first thing I will not lie about is you have to be good. Like, you have to be good. You can grow serious amount of money using 1 to 2%, but in terms of retail traders like us coming up, right? You can't do that. What our advice? But if I drop my advice, follow for more on your notification for the updates you get. So what our advice is 5 to 7%. As I say 5 to 7% now, some people are afraid. You understand? They are afraid. Get. See, realistically, you need to be a bad trader to blow your account using 5 to 7%. Now, if you don't have I won't say have an edge. I don't want to use that word. You know, that word is too vague. I don't like vague words. Which is have an edge. Be very plain. Either your strategy, your model, or your trading plan. Call it anything you want to call it. That, not edge. What is edge? You understand? So just be very plain and tell if this person I'm talking about now, do you have a strategy that works? Do you have a model that works? Do you have a time you execute? Like, are you very detailed? Are you good? If you're not good, don't trade 5 to 7%. That is I'm being very honest. Don't trade 5 to 7% if you're not good. You understand? But if you're good now and you want to scale up, you want to really make money in trading, you cannot be trading 1 to 2%. No. That is my whole query. That's my whole query. You can't be trading 1 to 2%. It's not realistic. You understand? But on institutional level, where you're handling $1 billion, trade your 1% to Pico. Okay, please just trade your 1% in that sense. But if you're trading as little as a $1,000 account, bro, sis, you can't be trading 1%. You understand? You can't be trading 2%. You can make it 5 to 7%. I know I say 5 to 7%. That's like a sweet spot for me that I taught some of my students. Okay, so that is a sweet spot. But some of us that are gamblers, we can see 10%. You understand? Some people are okay taking that kind of risk, but I'll advise you 5 to 7%. Because you can't take, it's a bit difficult if you have an if you I wanted to say if you have an edge again. This retail talk, if you know what you are doing, if you know how to trade, if you have tested it and it's working, it's hard to have 20 consecutive losing trades. Do you understand? Right. Okay. And you also have other things in place, right? Other things you have to put in place. Don't forget to follow up and like. Okay. Then don't stress it. When you put that particular amount, don't stress it. That's why I say you have to be good. Okay. So it's not just talk. Now say use 1 to 2% in the industry standard. 1 to 2% will not take you anywhere. That's true. So that's my advice for you.